President Donald Trump's proposed auto tariffs may significantly increase the price of new vehicles, and repairs for existing cars are also expected to become more expensive. Last Wednesday, Trump announced a 25% tariff on car parts imported into the United States, in addition to tariffs on fully assembled vehicles. The vehicle tariffs are scheduled to take effect on April 3rd, while the tariffs on car parts will be implemented by May 3rd, as stated in Trump's proclamation. Although the exact price increase remains uncertain, a comprehensive 25% tariff on car parts could lead to higher auto repair costs. Tariffs function as a tax on imported products, and this increase in cost is typically transferred to consumers through elevated prices. A representative from the American Automobile Association indicated that they are closely monitoring the developments but emphasized that it is premature to determine the precise effects of tariffs on auto repair expenses. Director of Product Consulting at Cox Automotive, an automotive services company, Skylar Chadwick said, "Tariffs will most certainly cause higher costs in parts, which can constitute up to 40% or more of a repair bill. The parts department in any dealership or repair shop is a United Nations of parts sourced from all over the world," Chadwick added. The automotive supply chain operates on a global scale, with components frequently crossing international borders multiple times before reaching a dealership or repair facilities into the United States. Former President Trump has suggested implementing tariffs to enhance domestic manufacturing, a strategy that economists argue is more complex and expensive than it may appear. Since the 1990s, free trade agreements have facilitated the smooth transfer of auto parts from the US, Mexico, and Canada, resulting in reduced costs for manufacturers and fostering a cohesive supply chain. The proposed 25% tariffs threaten to disrupt the auto parts supply chain, leading to increased pricing challenges for automotive companies, repair shops, and consumers alike. These tariff proposals emerged during a period of declining consumer confidence in the US, coupled with ongoing inflation concerns. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average cost of vehicle maintenance and repairs in the US has surged by 38% since March 2020, primarily due to supply chain constraints for auto parts, labor shortages, and rising vehicle prices. Mark Fields, the former CEO of Ford, stated in an interview with CNBC that the impact of Trump's tariffs will vary among automakers depending on the proportion of their original equipment manufactured domestically versus the amount of parts that are imported from other countries. This reasoning is also relevant for auto repair shops as they seek to procure standard car parts. In 2024, the U.S. imported automotive vehicles parts and engines valued at $475.4 billion, as reported by the Bureau of Economic Analysts. Of this amount, $57.08 billion originated from Canada, while $182.3 billion came from Mexico. Many vehicle parts are sourced globally, which would increase repair costs for car owners and reconditioning costs for dealers, said Jessica Caldwell, head of insights at Edmunds. David Doyle, head of economics at Macquarie, said, "It is unclear administratively how straightforward this process will be to navigate for auto suppliers, adding to the uncertainty." The declaration endorsed by Trump provides partial exemptions for specific auto components that adhere to the USMCA Free Trade Agreement. These exemptions will be limited to the value of materials produced within the United States, while tariffs will still be applicable to the value of materials sourced from Canada or Mexico. Tariffs on these companies will be implemented once Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick establishes a method for assessing the value of non-U.S. content. Chadwick noted that timing of price increases for consumers will also be influenced by the existing inventory levels of parts at various repair shops. If an auto repair shop has a substantial stock of a particular part, it may take some time for prices to increase. However, for parts that are commonly used or maintained in limited supply, the effects can be felt literally within days or weeks following the imposition of tariffs, according to Chadwick. Trump's tariffs on autos and car parts amount to an aggressive tax increase for U.S. consumers, Paul Donovan, chief economist at UBS Global Wealth Management, said in a Thursday note. U.S. consumers are likely to retain their current vehicles for a longer duration and may opt for used cars, leading to an increase in used car prices, stated Donovan from UBS. He also pointed out that tariffs could impact drivers who are not purchasing the vehicle, as the overall rise in vehicle costs will subsequently elevate the auto insurance premiums.